People who speed on the highway. What is your life like? The other day I was driving my niece to a big mall that's somewhat far away. This asshole was blowing at what must have been over 100 miles per hour. And making unpredictable and aggressive lane changes. As I was merging right, I just barely saw him overtake the lane from behind me. I had just enough time to react and avoid a collision that would have possibly killed both me and my niece. I imagine that dude saw it as nothing but a thrill, and the narrow escape was just an adrenaline rush. I can only assume this person is either a sociopath or has an IQ so low they can't even think for a moment that their actions could have disastrous consequences. Fuck whoever that person was. I don't do the weaving thing, but I will drive really fast on a clear straight highway. One of my coworkers got her license revoked because she kept speeding and starting accidents. She was a psycho bitch in the office too. Always starting drama and lying to get ahead. I did it once because my mother was dying in the emergency room of a nearby hospital. And yet some total #% took it upon himself to get in front of me and try to block me the whole way. I used to drive like that. However, my weaving traffic was usually not that risky. Just annoying to others, but not deadly. However, there were a couple times where I definitely put my life and others' lives in the hands of the people around me. 115 miles per hour plus. Hoping everyone would make the choices I thought they were going to make while I drove. And I was lucky. Everyone was predictable. It was partially the thrill of driving that fast, and also a good bit of impatience. But mostly the pride of having the skill to predict others' movements and be aware enough of the size of my car and distance from those around me to weave traffic. I was usually driving to work, from work to friends' houses, or sometimes I was just out on a drive. I was a troubled teen who spent time living in their car. So I felt at home in my car. Literally. I haven't done this in years. But I just wanted to add my piece as a formerly reckless driver. I did this once because my friend fractured his leg and needed to go to the hospital. But it was in Maine and there was mostly no one on the road. Probably still shouldn't have done that. I had a friend in high school who said he would speed like that on days he wanted to kill himself, but couldn't get the nerve to intentionally do something. So he was doing it with the intent to potentially get in a fatal accident. People that no longer care if they live or die. The weaving is because lots of people sit in the left lane. If you are not passing, stay out of the left lane. In constant need of a poo. Sometimes I do this and I have BPD. Pretty normal. Back when I used to do it. Just a dude living life. Going to work and partying on the weekends. Why did I do it? The Ricky Bobby defense. I want to go fast. Plus I was always in a hurry to get somewhere and going fast got me there faster. And my friends and I would talk about how fast we would go. So it kind of got reinforced. It didn't seem that dangerous. It was just like going the speed limit in terms in how in control I felt. But I never had anything sudden happen like a deer running out in front of me. I stopped when I got pulled over for doing 92 in a 65 and the cop told me he could have waited until I went into the 55 zone and got me on a felony charge. I wasn't trying to do 92. BTW. I was trying to do 85. The speedo was a bit off. For what it's worth. Unless it's an emergency. I find drivers like that incredibly stupid and unsafe. For what? To save 3 seconds because you want to go faster. The worst ones are tailgaters, especially in traffic. Like, what do you want me to do, go faster when there is traffic jam? Drive like that in snow or slippery rain. You'll crash. I'm talking to you California drivers. I just don't get the endless tailgating even in the slow lane in rush hour, as if you're in ambulance and I'm going to pull over and let you pass. I'm dealing with the brutal effects left by a driver like that. Not a scratch on him, but he's changed families' lives forever. FCK them. Yeah, I want to know too. What a good question! Exclamation mark. I don't do this anymore. But when I did, I was in a really bad headspace and hadn't gotten a hold on my mental illness yet. Part of it was being so anxious all the time that if I wasn't going as fast as possible, I was going to be late, even if I wasn't doing anything urgent. I had the same problem with walking. Part of it was I hated myself and wanted to die but didn't have the courage to actually go through and kill myself. So I just lived very recklessly, smoking different things to not feel so bad, little regard for other people's feelings, and, of course, driving with no concern for my own personal safety. I figured in the event I get into a high-speed wreck, it'll kill me a lot faster than if I was going the speed limit. Great, but I'm German and our highways are built for that kind of thing. 3 times in my life: wife giving birth, mother dying, and father dying. Sometimes there is a good reason. So don't be in a dollar and block. We need to ask this question to the people who camp in the left lane as well.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.